A beautiful winter's morning greeted me here at Lawton Lakes on the north side of Brisbane just as the sun rose over the eastern horizon. I came here this morning to photograph and capture some video using my Nikon Z6 II and Nikon 200 to 500mm f5.6 FX lens of the great crested grebes that have made this lake their home. It was just a beautiful small fog. Welcome swallows just flying around on this small little island where the great crested grebes nest, and right on cue a great crested grebe swam past the island here. It was the start of a beautiful morning. As soon as the sun rose, I started recording some great video of these grebes catching fish and feeding it to their young. It was just amazing to see this. And these small young here are starting to get a little bit bigger, and the mum is having a hard time keeping her chicks on her back now that they're getting a bit heavier. And Dad is very busy feeding the chicks. He goes off, catches a fish, comes back and feeds them. And with the sun so low above the horizon, it made for some beautiful early morning photographs of these grebes as the parents looked after these chicks. You can see here the chicks are getting quite big, and the mother is sitting quite low to the waterline now because the chicks are getting so big. But I soon found that the grebes weren't coming back towards me, so I decided to walk much closer to them and set myself up only about 15 meters away from them to get some much closer photos and video. This is so nice to see the parents interact with their young. Now these great crested grebes here in southeast Queensland are normally very spooky, but here at this place they seem quite docile and we could get quite close to them compared to other places. And Dad's coming back here feeding another fish to his chick, and then he'll just go off again and find another fish, as this lake is just teeming with fish. It's so funny sometimes the shots that you take in continuous shooting mode. Dad coming back feeding another fish to the chick, and the chick dropped the little fish, quickly ducked down, and all you can see is just its rear end as it ducked down to catch the fish that he dropped. There was already two chicks on her back. The third one is trying to get on, but they're too heavy, and she's going to spin around and flick him off so that he doesn't sit on there. And he wasn't too happy. Along with the crested grebes, there was some jacanas there and other birds, and I got a great shot of this little jacana as it's feeding along the water lilies. There was also a few Australasian grebes around. This one here was a bit further away from me, but it was still nice to see so many water birds around. There was also some wood ducks around, and the duck here in the water spent about 10 minutes bathing itself. Must have felt like it was very dirty to keep bathing itself like this. All morning Dad was just non-stop feeding these chicks. No wonder they grow up so quickly here. Now with the light becoming a little bit harsher, at the start we had a few clouds, but the light was getting quite harsh, so I just took a couple of photos here and then decided to stop for a while. And look at this chick, it's just screaming out for food. Dad, feed me. They just look so nice when just sitting on the back of Mum like this. Now the light was just fading down a little bit because there were some clouds covering the sun. I got busy again and started taking a few more photos. And then a single great crested grebe just swam straight towards me, and I was able to get some magical shots of it as it was just swimming straight towards my camera. These are a tight crop, but then I decided just to zoom out a little bit to show you what its surroundings were, because I feel sometimes a tight crop is nice, but showing its surrounding is also very valuable as well. So after these photos, I decided to put the camera away for a bit and fly my drone around the lake to show you an aerial view of what this lake looks like. This is a new residential estate. All this area that you can see here is actually fenced off. The little island we can see here, this is where all the great crested grebes are nesting. There's still one nest there where there's some young. You can see there's a couple of crested grebes swimming around the little reedy island. Now as the clouds are covering the sun up again, I decided to start to take photos of the birds again that were around, and an Australasian grebe came quite close to me, feeding away. These are only about 10 centimeters long. It was just feeding away ducking down, and I got this beautiful shot as it swam back out into the open water. And I loved these. This is Mum stretching out her wings, kicking the chicks off her back and having a good old stretch. The Nikon Z6 II had no problems at all catching these birds like this at 2.5 thousandths of a second. The light started to get a little bit harsher. I still managed to get a few more photos. I had such an enjoyable morning there. I loved this photo here of one of the bigger chicks just squawking out, begging to be fed. Now you can see the light is getting very harsh. It's about 9:45 in the morning now. When I started about 6:45, I decided to put my camera away. But just after I'd stopped taking the video of the great crested grebes, I noticed this little egret slowly walking towards me, hunting for food on the shoreline, and I just couldn't resist taking a few photos of it as it was trying to catch some small fish on the foreshore. Just love photographing egrets. They just have such a personality. I couldn't believe my luck as this whistling kite came flying overhead trying to catch one of these great crested grebes. It swooped 3 times trying to catch this one great crested grebes, but failed and just flew away, hoping to find some easier prey. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, give me a big thumbs up, stay safe, enjoy your wildlife photography, and I'll see you next time.